Yes, y'all. Welcome in to episode 254 of the Dumb Marks podcast. It's your boys, your favorite Saturday brunch bunch, back at it again. We made it. Cool, crisp 48-degree day to start. Football is back. Lee Corso's final headgear moment today. A ton has gone on in the week of pro wrestling. Gentlemen, how we living? How we feeling?
I'm good.
Feeling very good.
Falls on the doorstep. I'm happy.
Falls on the doorstep. Sunsets are getting earlier and earlier. It's
Jason, how's that going to change your schedule?
Oh, it's not.
It's just less hours in a day where potential sun can hit his fair white skin.
That is exactly the key.
We are back at it. Got a lively show today for you guys. Quintessential Denmark-esque show. We got our Mount Rushmores and Mushes of the Week to cover, as well as predictions for Raw is Paris, the Raw branded PLE, because this is all Raw. I mean, they just randomly threw a SmackDown match, and I'm not counting John Cena as SmackDown, but this is a Raw branded PLE like we had back in the day. I mean, everything on this card is from Raw. So we got predictions for Raw is Paris later on tomorrow, as well as, Mount Rushmore, Mushes of the Week, and some other hot topics, hot off the press, little half edition of Wrestling Roulette per se, and maybe a little game to touch on the end of this episode here, depending on where we're at time-wise. But long week started with what, All In, or what we have, Forbidden Door Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sure, Sunday.
And NXT right after.
Forbidden Door, Heat Wave, and through the rest of the week. What I want to touch on first here, and this came about last night. Ring of Honor had Death Before Dishonor. It was at the ECW Arena, 2300 Arena. Due to some technical difficulties, Tony Khan made the call on the fly. Thanks for whoever didn't silent their phone before the movie started. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Due to technical difficulties, Tony Khan made the call live on the fly to move the pay-per-view live on Ring of Honor's YouTube channel for individuals that were not able to get the broadcast of the pay-per-view. He's also offering $10 credits, so 1 month subscription for Ring of Honor to individuals that were impacted. And I don't know how many individuals are going to be impacted, but it's not going to be cheap. It's going to cost some money to refund and give those $10 credits to everybody. However, highly impressed with how the situation was handled. He didn't let the pay-per-view, run its course and then throw it on afterwards. He switched it over midway through in that regards there. So based on the show must go on and card subject to change, how would you rate Tony Khan's handling of the technical difficulties last night for Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor?
What happened? The server wasn't carrying it, or
yeah, whoever they have for the servers, and Tony said afterwards in the scrum that it was just browser, so like people that were watching the browser, not the app, were affected. But he said I don't know how many people watch it in a browser versus how many people watch it in the app. So he goes, I didn't want to take the chance of people missing out on the show that we're trying to watch.
A+ for me.
Yeah, I mean to have the wherewithal as it's going on live when he's running the show in Gorilla, etc. Right? To kind of get that news, like, holy shit, we got major issues right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to say, all right, get it up on YouTube ASAP, to me is smart business in that regards, right? You're keeping your fan base happy. You're doing something that I don't know if other big promotions would do per se, right? But then again, does a WWE have this type of technical issue, right? Like, we won't know. We'll see what happens with ESPN coming up here for WrestlePalooza and what issues they may or may not have. Similar to Netflix with the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. They weren't ready for that. It crapped out. Regardless. But Netflix didn't come out and say we'll give you 1 month's credit. On your next Netflix bill, right? So,
go back and rewatch it. That's it.
Yeah, go back and rewatch it.
Pull that Spaceballs.
Pause.
But that's good for him for having tech savvy people on there to make it happen instantly. Now, WWE is kind of on the older side. You don't know those people know that stuff. Do Triple H know that stuff? Of course, Bruce Pitcher don't know shit, so I'll say that straight about him. So he won't know that. So, I mean, being AEW being like a newer, younger company, they're probably more tech savvy and to handle situations like that.
And we've come on here and talked about their production issues in the past with certain things, right? And that's like show specific stuff where it's like, come on, you guys are 5-6 years in, you shouldn't be camera cutting on this and doing that, and really just pulling back the curtain on stuff where people are like, oh, that was a complete whiff in that regards. Although WWE had those issues last week with Logan Paul. It's just interesting to see as stuff comes up how people adjust on the fly when those situations pop up. And not to necessarily knock Ring of Honor for being in the ECW arena last night, but if this is held somewhere else, is it the same service provider that's being used is what I'm getting at, right? Like have they always used this service provider, or was it just based off of where they were at and this is how they had to go through channels to get it up on pay-per-view per se? So
I think the way that at least the way they were talking, that it was actually the provider that hosts the server, so it wasn't like an issue because they were where they were at. Didn't make it seem like that. But
I mean, they've had some really bad partners, and it hasn't done them any services. Whether it be, what was it, BK Sports or whatever the heck that they were on initially through
Bleacher
TNT, Bleacher Report, that was just always crapping
always
out.
glitchy.
Right. I know Triller may have had some issues for them in the past with certain pay-per-views as well. Like it's just been one thing after another, which leads me to the follow-up to this. News broke this week that we're supposed to be getting some sort of announcement in regards to AEW pay-per-views on Max coming up here. Allegedly, the two things being floated around, one is that they'll offer pay-per-views through Max for $30 instead of $50. The second thing is that they would put the pay-per-views on Max, and if you're a Max subscriber, you would get the pay-per-views. I'm leaning more towards they'll charge the $30 to kind of keep in line, but is this a necessary shift based off of what WWE did? Because the $50 pay-per-view linear model is dead. So how much longer were you going to get people to continue to buy whenever these other companies are offering things in other avenues?
And yeah, this is what I've been thinking about a lot, especially with WWE's recent announcements. I think more so, maybe if they want to go like a TNA route where you're paying the money, say like for the 4 pay-per-views a year, and then the monthly events in between, maybe that could work for Max. But actually shelling out the money, $30 to $50 a month, it's just, like you said, it's starting to be a dead pay-per-view model now.
The $50 for sure. Now, this whole ESPN thing is still, to me, very confusing as far as who has to pay the $30 to watch it and who doesn't.
It is.
Because they still haven't worked all their issues yet.
Yeah. So, I mean,
you should have named the show Code Name Steph.
Yeah.
That was my Mount
VPN.
Rushmore. That was my Mount Rushmore. It was. She's doing the thing for the fans. I thank you, Stephanie McMahon. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, head on over to,
use dumb marks.
Use dumb marks to get that VPN. So that way you can watch
Steph don't need the money.
Netflix.
Head over to dumbmarkspod.com and use the link.
But it's just it times are changing in real time. Deals are being struck, and you got to be able to adjust and pivot based off of the deals. I didn't pay for the picture, Squeeze, and that picture was not taken. In that regards, okay, was not taken. No. But no, I'm not paying $30. I'm not paying $30 just because they can't. YouTube TV can't reach a deal. I'm not doing that. Sorry, not happening. I mean, they just barely struck a deal with Fox to get all the college football games and NFL games on TV today. So, yeah.
I'd like to know how much more money ESPN wants from these providers or vice versa, because they had, like, YouTube TV was set up with ESPN Plus. Like, I had ESPN Plus before, and I could watch content through my YouTube TV with being partnered. So what makes this deal so much different? Like, what's the money situation? Because I know that's all it's coming down to is money. What's the money situation that they can't work this out?
And don't you have the mouse on speed dial, Chris?
Yeah, and this is just another way for YouTube to come back and say we got to raise prices.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, that's everything.
So I mean, YouTube TV when I first signed up for it was $49.99. It's now
like
what,
$80?
Like $84.99, something like that.
Like
that's before tax and fees.
Yeah, I mean,
and you got cable. Like, hello, remember me?
Yeah, right.
They're beyond ridiculous.
Oh,
but like the pricing breakdown to watch what you want to watch is insane.
Yeah.
Whether it's football, whether it's wrestling, NBA, like the amount of money on a yearly basis that you have to come up is realistically like getting to a point where a lot of people are just going to say screw it and be out the door regardless, right?
I was to that point.
We'll keep an eye on it and monitor and see what this alleged pay-per-view announcement is going to be on Max. I don't know when it's going to come down or when it'll be, set out.
Yeah.
It's just rumored to be in the works and upcoming. They made some changes around in regards to like how things are laid out within Max. So I don't know if they're
terms and conditions.
Yeah. But I mean, they've been working on this type of technology for ever since before AEW got announced that they would be running on Max. So they got to get it up and going. It's, especially when you're looking at the Max subscriber numbers and how low they are compared to the other streaming services. You've got to be able to get this on board to hopefully drive up some additional revenue in that regards there.
And then, like you said,
anymore.
Yeah, and then, like you said last week, Steve, too, like they don't have anywhere else to go because WWE's trying to buy them out of everything.
And if you're Warner Brothers, if you're Turner and you're Warner Brothers and you're making the split, you have to get this technology on your platform if you want to bid for rights for other sports. Whether it be NFL, NBA, right? Like you have to get that on your platform. We saw what the Netflix did as far as NFL games on Netflix. It's like, if you don't have the technology to compete and be able to offer to go to these bigger sports leagues, like you're gonna fall behind, and eventually it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah. Call yourself Blockbuster.
True. Not getting up, not paying attention.
Polaroid there for a second. Remember when digital cameras came out? They were like, "No, we sticking around." Okay.
Gone. Although I did get a canvas print made at Walgreens 2 weeks ago. I didn't even realize that was still a thing that you were able to do. So not all Photoshops are dead. And surprisingly, I have one Walgreens open near me that every other Walgreens around me closed, but this one. So we'll see how long that lasts.
They'll be taking over all the Rite Aids.
Yeah, taking over all the Rite Aids for sure. In that regards, and then I guess I didn't want to lead the show off with this. it's been talked about the death across the board. I don't know how much input or insight you guys want to lend to it or give credence to it, but obviously the incident with Roger Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son, at an indie promotion that is owned by Rikishi, who is allegedly were tied into the WWE ID program, but all ties were severed after the incident broke, probably for legal purposes. Rikishi again is owner, but apparently hasn't had any handlings as far as the day-to-day operations, and
That's what they
doesn't
all say.
That don't
isn't
matter.
involved in any of this. But apparently now he's taken, as Coach Lee Corso and ESPN just unveils, the WWE College Game Day belt right now. College Game Day championship belt. It's on the set right now. So apparently that'll be given out, another type. Smart business by WWE. But
is Hunter there? I know he's across season, but is he there? Is he making
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Dwayne there to talk football?
So Roger Jackson, as part of a work, goes into the ring, picks up Psycho Stu, slams him to the mat in a belly-to-back type suplex deal. Stu looked like he was unconscious as soon as he hit the mat. It didn't even look like he braced himself for it, like he knew it was coming, because the way he landed, I mean, his head snapped back off the canvas and he was unconscious at that point, but then proceeded to throw real punches and blows. I think almost 25 in total before somebody jumped in and pulled him off when the other wrestlers realized this wasn't part of the gimmick. Was at the hospital. Reports where he was, choking on his own blood and teeth and everything else. LAPD's involved with an investigation now. A bunch of clips and videos and comments have come out afterwards. Statements have been released. Some from the wrestling world, as far as RVD, who's backed Braja and isn't going anywhere. Mark Henry was in the news this week with, I guess, alleged heat based off of his comments. Where do you guys stand with how this all played out and shook down? I saw some wrestlers tweeted out it's time to start gatekeeping wrestling and not let everybody else in. We've seen, outsiders come in, but not necessarily MMA outsiders like Raja is, a trained mixed with martial artists. It's more, your Bad Bunnies, Jelly Rolls,
celebrities. Paul
Walterhauser last night in Ring of Honor, which hell of a performance by him. I was highly impressed with what he did last night. But where do we stand with this situation and how things broke out?
For me, I was telling Jason earlier in the week, it's all about communication for me. Everybody has to be on the same page with everything. It goes all the way from the owner to whoever doing the booking, producing, to the actual people in the ring doing the work. Like, everybody has to be on the same page. How many punches are going to be taken? How many slams? This. If you communicate, this would have never happened.
I mean, a lot of it stems to, there were other videos that got released showing Stu breaking a beer can over Roger's head earlier in the day and him no selling it and them getting into it. But then another video showing them, like, quote unquote, making up as far as, okay, I understand what we do now or what you guys do, and kind of washing it under the bridge and everybody's cool. And then another video of some other wrestler, I forget the guy's name, but telling Raja to get his receipt back. And a receipt is not 30 punches. A receipt is, one hard shot within the confines of the worked match, right? Like, it's not you body slam somebody unconscious and then you get your receipt, and that's not how that works.
The two videos I saw, one was the backstage where he, hit him with the bottle, and then him, Raja, talking like on Twitch or something, and then leading up to what happened. But it's like Stu sits there and goes, like as soon as he hit him, he goes, "You're not going to sell it." So right there, to me, that was supposed to be a work. You know, like if he's asking them that like right away, like, "Hey, they're trying to set something up," and Raja not knowing it.
Was he supposed to be the guy?
And that goes back to Donald's communication point, right? Like
you hit the wrong person.
You're bringing this person in that's not a wrestler, that may watch wrestling, may not watch wrestling, may know it's scripted, may not know it's scripted, but even then you're in a situation where communication wasn't laid out properly to where you do the bit to set up the in-ring later on that night or whatever the case may be, right? I guess I don't know. I saw some videos of Raja because he was on Kick doing his live stream, telling them before he got in the ring that he was going to get his, and not
people were telling him what to do, and then he was like, "Oh, I'll do it. Watch me."
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is
police got to come through. A lot of evidence.
Mars said it never should have happened.
Shouldn't have been in the ring. You're an MMA fighter, and once you go ground and pound, you don't stop until somebody pull you off. So he should have never been allowed to be in the ring.
Everybody, it's just like, bro, it's 2025. How does this situation happen?
Like, and I don't know, like how, like if him, I don't know if him and Rampage are like really close or not, because I think Rampage was there, but like Rampage has been involved in wrestling. Like
Rampage wasn't there.
Okay,
he was on stream live and found out as it happened, like what went down. He was on stream, and see that's the bigger problem with the streaming culture, right? Like everything is live in real time. You don't have the ability or the opportunity to look at and assess the situation.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And really like get all sides. You're just going right off the cuff live. Now we're live here, and like pops up like the WWE title being brought out, the College Game Day title, and it's like, okay, cool, right? But like we're not streaming 8 hours out of the day when, you know, like that's, to me, that's one of the biggest drawbacks with the streaming culture and content, is that as things come up, and yes, you're doing it all for clicks and subs and everything else, but it's just like you can't react the way that you should with certain situations because you got X number of people in the chat and you need to keep those numbers going. It's just not always the best scenario and situation.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts on this deal?
You'll see the dark side of the ring of it next year.
I mean, you joke about it, but like, I don't know.
It'll be up there.
Like I chuckle, but I'm not like laughing because I know it's going to happen.
The other, I guess, non-wrestling but wrestling takeaway this week: Vince McMahon's 80th birthday party celebration was held, I think, in New York. But a video surfaced from Jerry the King Lawler's Instagram account, and I didn't even know Jerry King Lawler had an Instagram account.
Good for the King.
He has mine.
He's not running it.
He's not running it. He's not running it.
But it was posted and then deleted, and it showed various current WWE superstars that attended the event. Miz and Maurice, Drew McIntyre, King was in the picture, Titus O'Neil. I think there may have been one or two other people in the picture. I can't remember off the top of my head. But a lot of people came out, and that started the whole, hey, you know, the edict was no contact, no nothing with Vince, to now people are showing up at his birthday party. I think Bruce Pritchard was in the picture. Stephanie and Hunter did not attend the birthday party, allegedly. Is this still a topic? Are we still doing this, or what? Like, are we just at the point now where it's like we've heard from John Cena talk about Vince still in a positive light. Roman Reigns kind of sort of on Stephanie's podcast touched on the impact that Vince made in his life. Like, where do we go, and is it even worth discussing anymore based off of current allegation situation, everything that's been out there?
It's not, because you can't take away people's personal experiences with that person, no matter how hard you try. People are like, you can defend the murder if you love that person.
It was Vince's 80th birthday, DJ, that these people went to. Black Tie Fair.
Can we see that list too?
Well, no, that list don't exist. So it's much like another list that is out there, but not there.
I'll just say who's in office. It's all swept under the rug.
Soon as this lawsuit's over, you'll see multiple lawsuits at this point.
Lawsuit.
Once they're over, then I think we'll see a lot more lax.
I mean, it's lax now.
I think it'll be even more lax.
Do you think he ever comes back? Do we ever see Vince alive on camera in WWE again?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
I'm not saying should.
Maybe not in like a position role, but like an appreciation type deal.
Yeah.
Possibly.
They're going
the VKM Legacy Award.
This is your life. Hosted by The Rock.
Look,
again, who's he friends with?
Exactly.
I mean, if he wasn't brought in for Hogan, when that was already going to be decisive, regardless of what WWE did, I don't know if we truly ever do see Vince back on screen again.
That was before his friend was in office.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a
All right.
Shit changes everything.
It does.
So that's a little bit of around the horn as far as topics in the world of wrestling inside and out this week. Let's kick off the show here with Mount Rushmores this week. Well, I wanted to go positive and then lead into the negative before predictions. This so I can be a little bit spicier whenever I give my takes on the prediction end. So Mount Rushmore, what do we got? We'll go down to the true Rocky Top faithful down there with the orange vest on, the Bill Belichick Tennessee cutoff T-shirt.
Yeah, my name is Hill.
Yeah, Donald, what's your Mount Rushmore this week?
My name is Hillbilly Donald because that's what I got called in the Giant Eagle this morning for wearing this. Yes.
Hey, it aligns with you not getting the card back. Right? People on the street know the card's not coming back.
That's somebody you knew.
Hillbilly Jim? Hillbilly Donald.
Those overalls are there somewhere.
They are. I'm looking right at them. But you guys are like we already talked about. My Mount Rushmore was Stephanie with the VPN stuff going against the grain, against the company. Was like, hey, you don't want to pay this money, but guess what? There's different options out here, and hey, I'm all for it. Thank you, Stephanie, for throwing it out there. You know, you make a lot of people happy, but still go to Surfshark /Dummarks and get it on our account and not Steph's account.
Which isn't go up.
It's an interesting dynamic because you have What's Your Story, a Fanatics and WWE show that's owned by Fanatics and WWE.
Yeah.
Surfshark is a sponsor of the show. So it's like, wait, but you're partnered with ESPN. Yeah. So it's like, how's there not a conflict of interest at some point in time?
It's all about the money.
And that's what it is. They're grabbing it from all sides right now.
Like the medical field.
All sides.
Very true.
Every side, yep. We'll cross the problem. Solution.
But
yep.
But I think they threw that out there because of how many people are like dissatisfied with the move to ESPN and all the money they got to pay to keep like all the content together with Netflix and Peacock and all this. So they was like, oh, we got to stop the bleeding somehow. Hold up, let's reverse this.
The problem I have with this is it's not like it's been a secret, but it's still kind of like a little bit of a secret for people that aren't like always in the know. So like
DJ, get with me. I'm in. You know, if we can get enough for a league, I'm down. Fill me in for a spot. How much is the league, etc.? What are we playing on? When's the draft? You know, shoot me a DM. We'll get that
got
together.
a couple days.
I haven't been in any fantasy football leagues in a couple of years, and I'm definitely getting that itch in that regard. So
bogus.
But
if you're a Steelers fan, you're a Steelers fan. Ain't no way I'm rooting for Saquon Barkley and the Steelers. I was about to say Jimmy. What the fuck?
Well, that's
gotta watch it. But yeah, Steve, like when you came over, what was the last event that we watched? And like Netflix was acting like all glitchy. It's like that's what worries me a little bit. Like if more people are going to be going to this, like, and we were talking about with HBO before, are the servers going to be able to handle all this type stuff?
Yeah.
Because like we at least had Peacock as our backup.
It was SummerSlam, and it was SummerSlam, and the first 20 minutes on Netflix, it was in standard definition. Yeah. Like you couldn't see shit. Yeah. I'm like, we used to watch TV like this on a regular. Like
that was a 90s TV.
Yeah. But yeah,
so we switch over to Peacock, and it was fine.
So
just had commercials.
Yeah.
And there you go.
All right, there's your VPN again. Head on over to Surfshark. It's promo code Dunmarks. Save on your VPN to catch all your WWE PLEs after after Clash tomorrow. In that regards, there. So, all right, Chris, your Mount Rushmore.
It's going to tie in with what we talked about earlier with Ring of Honor. I'm giving it to Athena and Mina last night. Went to the Savannah Banana game last night. Got in the car and saw Tony say that he had moved the event over to YouTube. I was like, oh, whenever I get home, I'll take a look, see what I got. The Bandito match was already in progress, so I don't know how much I really missed of that. I think
a lot of people were saying that was match of the year contender between him and Hechicero.
There was a lot of good stuff in there, but I think Ian said it went like 37 minutes. So I probably saw a majority of that match. I mean, they were definitely gassed like the last 10 of that match. That could have been cut a little bit for time, but I thought Mina and Athena delivered last night.
And main evented,
and looks like Athena's going to hit her 1,000 days as champion next week.
Yep. I still don't like the fact that she tapped out. Don't necessarily know that was the right call. I get you don't want to do the double champ bit with Mercedes with multiple titles. I understand that look on it, but there should have been a way to not have Athena come up to AEW and lose her two biggest matches that she's been put in when she's on a 1,000-day reign, which was losing to Mercedes and then losing to Tony. So,
and then last night in the scrum, Athena, was like, hey, Mercedes wants to come down here and challenge me for my belt. I'm open for it, or, defending on AEW. So Mercedes, tweets out from that going like, well, that's the belt I really want. And Mercedes on Wednesday said that, she's going for the Ultimo Dragon. She wants 10 plus. Don't take Athena's reign away just to give Mercedes another belt. Like, that's what I don't want to see happen. Like, make it make sense when you actually do end Athena's reign.
Look, the end of the reign is already set up in bold 78 font, all caps. If Billy Starks is not the person to take the belt off Athena, just hand over your booking pencil and pad. Because it's there. Yeah. And I'm surprised they haven't gone back to it yet. Because them two tore the house down. And you would have thought that was the spot initially. But now if you're doing it to get the 1,000-day marker and everything else, like move Athena up to Dynamite permanently. Have Billy take the belt off her, and you can then go from there with Ring of Honor with a fresh coat of paint in that regards. But not mad with you selecting Mina and Athena as your Mount Rushmore this week. Jason.
I have Dragon Lee and JD McDonough. They put on a hard, stiff match. JD doesn't get enough of credit that he deserves. They need to make like a cruiserweight title or something because this man just performs every time he's out there.
That's what
as much as I hate the character in
It's the
NXT.
speed title.
No, that's disrespect. Now seeing Dom has the IC title, maybe they kind of go to that smaller wrestler type deal.
Did you see the clips of them at the house show this week and the crowd chanting?
Yeah,
massive head, massive head, and Dom just breaking on the apron, and then looking at a fan and going, "That's funny." Like, there was a lot of clips from house shows this week that I was very, very pleasantly surprised by and entertained by. Jacob Fatu eating the way he was eating, breaking Solo's character, in that regards. So yeah, awesome job there. Not mad at that selection either. For me, my Mount Rushmores came in as late in the races this week. Thought the crowd in Lyon last night was just absolutely tremendous. I'm super excited for the Paris crowd tomorrow night. They put on a show last time they were in Paris. It was just, they were into everything, and it wasn't like they took away or they tried to overtake the show. They enhanced and made the show that much better. But I honestly, my Mount Rushmore, Paul Walterhauser last night in Ring of Honor, him and QT Marshall in a street fight, ECW street fight, so to speak. He put on a hell of a performance, and we talk about Bad Bunny and Jelly Roll and some of the other celebrities that come in, but he's doing it like the traditional earn your stripes way. And he's had performances in MLW that were really high on.
GCW, some of the bumps he took last night, and he had comments saying, "Hey, I told them, listen, if you're gonna hit me with a kendo stick, hit me with a kendo stick. If we're doing tax, put me in the tax. Like, I want to give my pound of flesh that I owe," which is kind of opposite of like what Cena and Logan have been talking about, where Logan Paul didn't have to do none of that. He's just been given opportunities based off of name value, etc. Right? So it's interesting dynamic to see it being played out on both sides of the spectrum in that regards. But I'm not going to knock him coming in to any promotion and doing something based off of the performances that he's shown. I will admit, I didn't watch the match yet. Like I said, I got Bandito and Athena's match. That was it last night. Whenever I saw that match announced, that was early submission for Mush for me. And then last night reading what everybody was saying, that the crowd was really into it. Like they gave him his props, people online were saying that. I was like, all right. I was like, remove that. At some point I'll watch the match, and see what it is. But
not only that, but QT, I know it's hate based off of, best friends with Cody and, how he got his start in AEW, etc. and all that, you know what I mean? But like, QT is one of those guys that you have on the roster that never gets credit. But if you spoke to the wrestlers on the roster, they would be singing his praises.
Probably.
Right? Like, there's always those handful of guys that you'll see that fan-wise will never get the just due just because of the natural hate for them. And they don't believe that he has his spot because he earned his spot, etc. But he's definitely one of those individuals that when you really break it down, it's like, okay, this guy he's a pro wrestler, pro wrestler's pro, right? Like he's just there. You need individuals like that in the roster that can do anything and everything.
I have no problem with QT. Like, I mean, he, at first, I wasn't a huge fan, but like the more I watched him, like you said, he's just that guy that can be thrown into anything and he's just going to run with it just because. And, 5, 6 years of AEW, it's like he's earned my respect at least in those 6 years watching him.
All right, those were your Mount Rushmores for this week. Hit us up on social media. Let us know who was your Mount Rushmore or segment, etc. for this week in pro wrestling. As always, with the good, let's get into the drizzling shits. What are your mushes for the week this week, Donald?
My mush will have to go to the return of Wardlow. I mean, when he came out and he started beating up Nana, I was like, what is this dude doing here? Like what he's doing here. Like, you were a heavy for MJF. You went into the Pinnacle, was a heavy for them. You finally broke out on your own, made a name for yourself, and because of terrible booking, your name died. You got injured. You came back. You became a part of the Undisputed Kingdom, hurt again, and now you're back. I mean, the company basically is treating him like Dolph Ziggler. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't even want to see your face anymore on screen. So
and then did nothing with him on Dynamite this week.
Yes, he just came out with Don Callis, and he's in another group as a heavy. Like, come on. Like the booking with him is so bad. Again, Dolph Ziggler, how WWE treated Dolph Ziggler all these years. I don't want to see your face. He was better off with Britt Baker somewhere just on Instagram taking pictures around.
What is the point of the Don Callis family?
They just keep adding people for no reason.
What's the point of almost any group?
What's the vision? What's the purpose? What are we doing? Literally, what are we doing? People just all week long, oh, this group's amazing. Look at this group. They got another one added. Oh, it's Josh Alexander. Oh, it's Wardlow. Oh, it's Takeshita. Oh, it's Okada. Oh, it's Brian. It's like, what
the group has talent.
We doing?
I'm not going to discourage that the group doesn't have talent, but
they ain't doing nothing with it.
Yeah.
This is who should have been the Death Riders. Not saying in that same storyline, but you have all the people in the places to hold every title, and you're doing nothing with them.
I mean, a faction, loosely defined, they are the loose definition of a faction. They're just a group of people together.
That's the big problem of them booking these groups like New Japan, where that's all it is. Like, if you're gonna,
it's House of Torture. It's all. It's the New Japan model that doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And WWE tried this, and we saw how bad it was in WWE too. Whenever they were just throwing groups of 3 together for no reason.
The thing is, you're not feuding with other factions.
Yeah, like which
exactly
New Japan does. You're just in a group to be in a group.
I'm sorry, but the Don Callis family, they died whenever Omega and Ospreay beat them all. That one.
Yeah, when they beat them 2v5 and came out on top. I don't care who you add into the group. Nobody's elevated. Nobody has done anything. You have tension between Takeshita and Okada. Wardlow comes into the group, Donald, to your point, and then Takeshita walks out, and they have a stare down for 5 minutes on the pay-per-view.
Already heat between the two.
Yeah.
And then you just give Wardlow a slight nod. Like, what? Oh, who are you in the group, Takeshita?
Especially right now when and they acknowledged it on Dynamite this week. Hey, Takeshita just came back from New Japan. He's the number 1 contender right now. Then make him act like it.
And number 1 contender for what? You win the G1, you're number 1 contender for what?
Just to put on bangers and not be used properly.
Exactly. He'll be used right if he was in New Japan all the time. Wardlow's my mush.
Chris.
Ash by Elegance.
We're not going to do that.
Oh, 100% we're doing this. 100% we're doing this. Hey, I'm glad the title's back on TNA instead of the NXT stuff, but no, you're not giving me Ash by Elegance as the person. Transitional champion. Who's let Indy take it off or Bound for Glory.
The most overused term in wrestling. You deserve it. No, I don't care how many years you put in a company. If you ain't good enough, you're not upper crust. You don't get a title. There's no you deserve it.
I've had no problem with the run with the women's tag team titles down TNA with them. Like that's been fitting, but yeah, like you've shown me, other than the gimmick, you've shown me nothing in the ring that makes me excited that you're the champion.
No improvement. They had that triple threat with Fatal 4-Way and with Fatal Influence, and I enjoyed the other two more than Ash in the ring.
My issue with that wasn't that she won it. It was the story they told during the match to get her to the win. During a triple threat, we're in a triple threat, which is a no DQ match.
Yeah.
The referee kicks out Fatal Influence because Jasmine punches Masha directly in front of the referee.
No DQ.
But it's no DQ. And then going into the finishing sequence, the Elegance brand pulls JC Jane out of the ring in front of the referee. In front of the referee. The referee does not kick out the Elegance brand. And then Ash gets the pin 1, 2, 3. So it's like, what are you doing?
That was bad. And we all text that whenever we were watching. It was like, hold up.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Donald, what were you talking about earlier? Communication.
Everybody on the same page.
I don't agree with Ash winning a title being on Mush of the Week, but it's your mush, so
I'm here.
I respect it.
Thank you, Jason.
Jason putting one of his OF subs on the mush is crazy, but who's your mush, Dave? Who's your mush?
I have never. I have seen a leak or two, but I have never. Money for no Ash, whatever her name is.
I was up all night.
He got all of them lined up. Ash, Alina, Mandy.
I ain't that dumb.
Alexa Lopez. He got them all over there. What's your mush of the week there, Snow King?
Mine comes from Forbidden Door. It was a tag match. It was a tag title match. One, it started off wonky. You say there's no tags required. You're in there brawling. All of a sudden, everybody steps up on the end of the rank, up on the ramp or in the ring. And there's okay, is it a tag? Is it not? Then Wheeler hops in without tagging. Then next thing, it's turned into a tag match. Then they say tags are required. It's just like the whole thing's just communication.
How do you name the title of the show? Communication.
Yeah. How do you not know how to book your own match and everybody's not on the same page?
And that was Excalibur, like backtracking on his explanation of the match multiple times.
So that was just a weird. The match was fine. I enjoyed the match. It was just that opening segment and then the end, just to have the finish. I hated it.
With Ricochet and them coming in.
It was like you're just adding to the fire that they don't want to put somebody over by dragging them out the ring.
Yeah, and then MVP this week cut a promo after he took Ricochet out. That I guess Ricochet complained to the UK government about MVP being an ex-criminal, which is why he wasn't allowed in London. Which is why he had to wait till Wednesday night to get the lick back. To cost Ricochet and Gates Agony the trios titles.
Keep it going. The game, baby. Just keep it going.
It was just the beginning of it for me. I enjoyed the match, but it was just those two bookends.
Yeah.
That
That was
Yeah.
definitely wonky.
It was. Yeah. While we were watching it, we was like, you were saying it. He was like, hold up, is it a tornado or isn't it?
Yeah.
My mush this week is the ending of Dynamite. The main event match, and then after the match, what took place. So somebody tweet out that Darby Allin is the greatest little man in pro wrestling history ever. I'm like, did you just start watching wrestling? Do you not know who Rey Mysterio is? You don't know who Spike Dudley is. You want to talk about OGs?
Hey, they did that Spike Dudley reference. Tossed him right out. All right.
Look, man, there's a point. There's a point in all David versus Goliath matches where you don't believe the little guy's going to win. And that match on Wednesday night, there's no reason why Claudio should not have won that match. Between the spot where he throws him out of the ring on the announce table, fucking 2 power bombs through the there's a point where it's like, okay, this is not, you're insulting my intelligence, because there's no way this 130-pound dude soaking wet can just take all this punishment and continue to kick out only to then hit 2 coffin drops and beat a 6'6" Swiss Superman.
That's why it was a street fight. That was the equalizer.
A coffin drop.
Did how many of those?
Yeah, it must be. That coffin drop must be like the Ricola of drops, because I mean it knocks out everybody.
Only thing more protected.
Recoil.
I got what he was saying. Yeah, I got what he was saying.
Let's get done for a sponsorship.
That finisher is like the third most protective finisher, next to the one-winged angel and Judas Effect.
And then you have the after effect, where Death Riders come in with the beatdown, everything else jumps him. Gabe Kidd takes him out. Darby is unconscious, allegedly. Gabe Kidd picks him up, and next thing you know, Darby's like a spider monkey doing a double leg takedown on Moxley, throws 3 or 4 punches, hops out of the ring, and then runs out of the arena. And that's how Dynamite goes off the air? That's how you ended that segment? Your babyface runs out of the arena.
That's a heel move.
The babyface is supposed to stand up to the bad guys. He's supposed to fight for all injustice. He's supposed to run off the heels.
I didn't have a problem with the match, but the ending, yes, 100% agree with you on.
But you take off and run to the Rocky statue to get away from the bad guys, and you have no baby faces come out. No baby faces come out. You had baby faces acting like the dumbest people on earth at the pay-per-view, where they're trying to break through the steel cage to save Will Ospreay instead of climbing up and over and in the cage.
Lifted.
Meanwhile,
his wrist from
Mina Shafir's on the other side, calling over the cage.
In. Who was that? That was Willard.
Yeah, I think
Marina.
So.
Marina climbed up the damn cage and got in.
You gotta want it more.
So is Darby running the streets of Philadelphia to the next town next week? We just got a camera of Darby running like Forrest Gump now.
They're still in Philly this week, so
how am I supposed to take Darby Allin serious now?
Your next tip after MJF.
Let them actually have a Philadelphia street fight. Those people in Philly, they'll show them what a real street fight is. Should go to Kennywood next time they're here in Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks. Let Kennywood show them what to do.
Just absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Like that's did his pencil break whenever he was writing the ending of the show? Did the pen run out of ink? The printer paper got jammed and we couldn't get the last page of the show, so nobody knew what to do.
That's your to be continued.
How is that the ending to your show?
Tune in this week to Dynamite to find out.
And then Meltzer's blaming ratings on freaking the U.S. Open tennis.
The damn ESPN app.
Yeah, next thing you know, Meltzer's going to tweet out that the Micah Parsons trade from Thursday impacted this coming Wednesday's Dynamite ratings.
You mean that 5-star cage match couldn't bring him in?
I mean, unbelievable, dude.
He also deserves a mush.
And
His
that
blood pressure worked up. He's good to go now.
and that table spot of people getting thrown out onto the table too many times this week. Way too many times. With Oba, Javon did it. Trick, Javon, Darby. Like, come on. Like, what is it? ECW week? You know, almost just like Dudley or something. Like, come on now.
Oh, see, this is the end of an era right here. Lee Corso's getting ready to come on and do his final headgear, and the Ohio State band got Corso spelled out in the middle of the field.
He's picking Texas.
You gonna tear up over there, man?
I am. Do you not
Oh,
understand?
no, my eyes. No, not me.
Do you not understand?
Allergies, man. Allergies.
Steve, here's
Yeah,
my favorite.
Bro, this is the end of an era for me. This is like Corso and College Game Day is synonymous with college football. It's just like Dick Vitale with college basketball.
Corso can pick these.
You're not gonna have people. You're not gonna have people that have the ability to be synonymous with a sport like we see with Lee Corso and Dick Vitale, and probably Charles Barkley in the NBA for everything he's done on inside the NBA. Like,
I want the same energy when Cole retires.
I mean, Jim Ross is another one, right?
Yes.
I put Brutus on. Put the Baca on. It started with Brute. It ends with Brute.
We storytelling?
Yeah.
You're not picking with your heart.
Long-term storytelling.
That's long-term.
You pick with your heart. Nah, get out of here.
Yeah.
We're going with Corso with the final Buckeye send-off, and there we go. All right, with that being said, hell of a lead into our predictions for Raw is Paris. So let's get this card up and going and run through these matches for tomorrow's event.
All right, we got
probably
6 matches.
what will be the greatest crowd of the year. Just going to say that now.
Yeah.
So maybe my Mount Rushmore next week is going to be the crowd in Paris, probably.
Let's get rid of this one quick. The WWE Tag Team Championship, Wyatt 6 versus the Street Profits.
What are we doing? I mean, this is just thrown on here for what purposes.
This should have been a SmackDown match last night.
Bro, I loved everything they did last night with the tag team division and having Bo out there, not in Uncle Howdy, but Bo, and him talking to the Street Profits and Miz and Mello the same way. And I don't know if you paid attention, but if you watched Montez's body language and reactions as Bo was talking to him and Dawkins, I'm not saying this is going to lead to Ted's turning tonight or tomorrow night, but I need Montez to get a singles run now. It's time. It's well overdue.
Yeah, time's running
The
out.
Street Profits have ran
How many
their
times have
wheel.
we heard that sentence on 5 years of doing this podcast?
My issue is you sprinkle this out. Let it play out. Don't give it to me Friday and then have
the match Sunday.
Yeah, give me some story to it.
Why?
Give the tag team division some more importance.
You show exactly what they think of it right now.
Yeah.
Still treated the same way like it did at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Who cares? The Wyatts to retain.
I got the Wyatts with Montez turning on Dawkins tomorrow. I'm calling it. It has to happen. Do it now. Tez can be a star in
I hope it's better than the Claim.
singles division.
I would rather see the Street Profits win here, but Wyatts are going to retain.
Now, allegedly, there's big plans for the Wyatts and what they're getting ready to do, and I think tonight was the first step in that. So this is supposed to be leading to some big time stuff and big time matches.
Let's hope.
And some faction-esque feuds between the MFTs. We saw Solo drop the belt last night, which could have been a mush. They absolutely just killed Solo Sikoa.
Mush.
But we'll see.
Just to get a crowd reaction.
I did like what Bo did last night and where they went. So let's see where we go. Oh, shut up, Taquan.
Let's get this good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Sheamus versus Rusev.
How many times we have a Donnybrook match?
Well, now we get into the Raw is Paris pay-per-view, the Raw branded PLE version.
How many times did they fight already since Rusev been back?
Every week.
It felt like 5 times. Yeah, it does. It feels like a best of 7.
Yeah.
They might as well should have just called that.
Definitely feels like every time I've turned on Raw, this has been a match.
Way to make me care less about Rusev.
Exactly. You come back and you just fight one dude at the same time.
Is this just to get 2 Europeans on the card that's in Europe?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all this match is.
I respect
the crowd will eat it up, but
pandering Pete, like Donald. Pandering Pete. I got it.
Taquan said this might be matching tonight.
Give me Sheamus. It might be low key.
Yeah.
I agree with you there, Taquan. I don't like your previous 2 takes in the chat, but I agree with you with that one.
Yeah, I agree. Sheamus for the one on here.
Rusev.
Give me Sheamus.
All right. Moving on, Women's Intercontinental Championship, Becky versus Nikki.
Now, there was some reports and rumor and innuendo that came out this week that there's some real life tension between these two in the back.
Oh, I believe it.
Madness from the old era.
Should ask Sheamus on the Dublin show. Yeah, I agree. I've been entertained by what Becky and Nikki have done. They've got me interested and invested in seeing the match. Becky, I think, is just on another level right now with her run as a heel. Although the Osborne, I don't necessarily know we needed that.
Yeah, too soon.
Especially whenever he was friends with Triple H. Like, why?
Yeah. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, yeah. Cheap Heat.
Look, that line is getting signed off on by somewhere. So I got Becky retaining. I don't see Nikki winning this at all.
I said, wait till Kelly shows up with a chair. It's all the work.
Give me Becky to go, Jason.
Yeah. What you Becky to return?
Yeah, I'm saying Becky to retain. Nikki just need more content for her podcast.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Get Nikki off my screen. What's she still doing around after Evolution?
Content for podcasts.
Yeah, bye. All right, Roman versus Bronson.
Simple, very simple. You know where I stand with Bronson Reed. Joke number 2. He ain't winning. He's just there for entertainment purposes. OTC for the win.
Give me Bronson with shenanigans.
I'll co-sign what Donald said.
I will acknowledge my tribal thief. I said that this is a great gimmick. People, this is pro wrestling of pro wrestling in that regard. I would like to see Roman do a job here. I really would. It's not going to hurt Roman at all. Some shenanigans out there, and get it. You know, Roman will duck out and come back for Survivor Series. So
he got to be there for WrestlePalooza, man. That's all hands on deck for that show.
I'm still picking Roman, but I can't see him do the good old. I can still see him do the good old Hogan job. You know, it's overseas, so it don't count.
Talk on.
Yeah. So if Roman do win, it doesn't count because I'm not
I'll take Roman, but Bronson's still going to leave with another pair of shoes.
That can't be a victory. We can't have moral victories.
Yeah.
Well, the travel thief. Anytime you get the shoes, it's a win. Okay?
The Lex Luger type victories.
Hey, you're out of the country on this. I mean, what's their punishment for a crime over in Paris? You know, compared to over here.
You should at least have to do something like auction off his shoes as part of his gimmick.
That would be hilarious.
Resell
that would be
his
hilarious there. Yeah,
You can't have him doing charity work.
that would be hilarious.
Found him
He said a heel doing charity work.
Go.
All right. Cena versus Logan.
I was clapping for the punt return for Pitt. They're up 7-0 on Duquesne. I knew I should have took them minus 37.5, but I did not.
Hold on. You're clapping for a punt return against Duquesne? I can do that.
Hey,
he's going to take any win he can get right now.
You got to start the season off right. Okay, you got to get right. Got to get right.
Talk about pandering Pete over there.
That's right. My heartache will come later when Florida State gets blown out by Alabama. They still not kicked off Ohio State and Texas. What the hell? The game was supposed to start 10 minutes ago. I don't want to see Mark Ingram and Brady Quinn on my screen anymore.
You realize we're doing a podcast, right?
Cena and Logan. Go ahead, Donald. Who you got?
When
Let's
you're
see
streaming,
winning.
you can't predict reactions. You just
Cena for the win. Cena's not losing to his final match.
Cena. Give me match of the night.
It's definitely up there in the running, I think, Jason. Yeah, Cena.
4 for 4, Cena. They got me ready to go. I've been talked into the building in this one. Cena coming full circle last night, apologizing to the kid in the crowd that he cut the first heel promo on.
Called it a bad day.
Yeah.
Bad
He called
day.
himself the Joker.
Man, they just completely revisionist history, wiped that out
Yes,
from
they did.
anything happening, man.
And
Why
we're
the hell
still
my man
doing.
way back there if he was part of the show? You could have had him front row. They like, nah, this is him. Back in the ring, having him to walk over. Like, come on.
Oh no, because he was taking a picture of Kiana later on. So that's why he was back there.
And you're still doing the Titantron with the heel John Cena.
Yeah, you're setting up the anticipation for the music to pop the crowd even more than what they would originally pop the crowd for.
Didn't do this for 20-some years that he was around, but not going to change the entrance at this point.
And I mean, not for nothing, but Cena's babyface promos have been more heel than they've been babyface, just because it's what Cena's done for 25 years. Like, he's running down bad guys the way heels are supposed to do it. So, yeah. Super Cena for the win.
All right, World Heavyweight title. Seth, Punk, Uso, LA.
I mean, Seth's not losing the belt. This is, Seth and Roman WrestleMania 42. Book it now. That's what I'm calling as one of the night main events in that regard.
Jason's like, I'm not tuning in for that.
I hate these long championship runs. Man.
It'll be the Paul Heyman in a duck tank match.
You're gonna get the same shit every week from here on out.
What, his J&J security getting beat down every week?
Listen, this match is important for a lot of people. Roman's character work and what he did talking to Jay on Monday night, and Jay, super kicking Punk, going out to get his for him and his family, so to speak. CM Punk, are you ever going to get over the hill truly against Seth Rollins? LA Knight, where do you go from here? If you're still getting the pops that you're getting and the fans want to see you in that main event spot, but you're not getting through the glass door, where do you go from here? So, like, this is important. The way they book this match is weird, extremely important for a lot of reasons going forward.
Seth's winning.
Seth is definitely winning. I'm just saying we gotta
importance for the other three.
Yeah, this is just as important. I mean, who's eating the pin?
The one and only Yeet Man. Punishment for Rikishi.
And that's why Solo lost.
That's crazy.
These three will be the three of them in the battle or the war games coming forward. So,
yeah, I don't know how that shakes out. I was,
Oh, that'll be thrown together. That's
a blood and guts.
Week before War Games, we'll throw it together and gotta tune in for it.
All right, what's your match of the night?
Give me Becky and Nikki.
I'm gonna stick with Logan and Cena.
I'm between Logan Cena and Sheamus Rusev. Give me Sheamus Rusev.
Unfortunately, I hate whenever I agree with Chris, but big meaty men slapping meat again for meat on meat violence. Give me the Donnybrook, Sheamus, and Rusev there. All right, so there you have our predictions. Head on over to all social medias. Let us know who you got and what is your match of the night. And with that being said, let's jump into a game. So Jacob Fatu was on some podcast and gave off his Mount Rushmore as far as who he would want on his bar fight roster. Okay. He picked Harley Race. He picked Haku. I forget the other two people off the top of my head there. So if you're in a bar fight, you plus 4, who would you want on your bar fight roster?
Give me Haku for sure.
I mean, it's Haku unanimous across the board.
Yeah,
it might as well just be.
Like,
Give me them. Give me APA.
Bradshaw and Farouk.
Yep. And then give me. I'll have to come back with a 4th. But man, you just give me those 3. I'm cool.
Don't even need a 5. You don't need a 5th man.
Nah,
You running 4-man, 4 wide receiver set.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty similar. Give me Haku, give me Harley. I'm just taking Ron, and then give me Andre.
Give me
Eugene. Andre would get tired in the bar fight. Like
he just needs to bitch slap somebody and it's over.
a chop.
Who you got, Jay?
Give me Eugene. Give me Zach Gowen. Festus with no bell. I need some more glasses.
Spike Dudley.
Jimmy Hart.
Festus with no bell is just crazy because he's just gonna stand there and not do anything.
Can't hit any of us.
Oh,
take punches to the face.
Oh, my other one would be New Jack.
Oh, that's not a bad one.
We said bar fight, not actual homicide.
That's the case. Give me New Jack. Give me Roger.
I realize this may not have been the best week to run this game, but what the hell? We're here. Do some shits and giggles.
Give me. I'll take Jacob. Jacob Fatu, Razor Ramon, MVP.
Taquan, that is.
That's a hell of a list.
And Marty Jannetty.
Why Jannetty?
Because he killed a man.
Him and
Supposedly. Did Razor kill a man?
apparently Jannetty and Michaels, that's all they did back in the day was bar fights.
I think that was any 80s wrestler.
I mean, I got Haku. APA for sure, Donald. I was right there. I was kind of mad when you took them off the board. Give me Bam Bam Bigelow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is.
And then I need somebody that's like the quiet, silent assassin type.
What's our
Steve Blackman. Steve Blackman.
Yeah. I got one, but I'm not going to say it.
Is he still with us?
No.
All right. Okay.
Can't be named.
All right. There you have it. Any quick hitters this week? Rounding out the board. Any quick hitters for anybody?
See.
I think you kind of hit on mine with everything that I had saved.
I screenshotted some stuff.
Anybody want to talk about the? Anybody want to talk about the Tony Khan cash-in announcement that was made that you have to declare your match 7 days out, a week's notice. You have to give a week's notice that you're challenging.
Trying to be different.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
We'll see how it plays off. Like you get rid of that in the moment, but I mean, it's really no different than the G1 Climax,
Pause.
Champion.
I get that you don't want to like be a complete ripoff of WWE with the Money in the Bank, right? But at the same time, like if you're just announcing it a week out, then like, is there even a point to have it?
Exactly.
No.
Why not just say you
or something?
You win the gauntlet and you get the title shot at X show or X pay-per-view, right? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it says at least has to be a week, so you can at least build up to it if you wanted to.
I mean, do they actually build up to anything in AEW?
That's not just an AEW thing.
Yeah, it's true, I guess.
Rumor is that Ethan Page might be called up to SmackDown.
Him and Chelsea Green are fantastic.
Yeah, they go together.
Like, I'm perfectly fine with that. Page deserves the call up.
Yeah, NXT. I'm surprised nothing from NXT made the list this week, either or from Mush Mount Rushmore aspect. I definitely don't agree with Shawn Michaels saying that they have the best 2 hours show. I can tell you that.
No,
Yeah,
there's something wrong with NXT.
Yeah. I'm glad we're going with the Ricky Saints angle that I brought up last week when we were doing predictions, as far as if not Javon Evans, who hopefully they can build to that. They rolled out their entire next 8 PLE announcements during Heatwave. I mean,
yeah, they did.
Started off every single show that they got upcoming. Karrion Kross is not homeless, Ty.
He's coming to Pittsburgh in December.
Yeah. him and Scarlett for the Steel City Con. I'll probably be there for that. GCW appearance. He got a Hog Wrestling appearance lined up. If this is a work, to me, I don't think it's a work at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it now.
No.
So we'll see in that regard. All right. Anybody with anything else?
Oh, good.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to episode 254 of the Dumb Marks Podcast. Raw is Paris. As always, follow us on all social media platforms at Dumb Marks Pod. Head on over to prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Pick up some merch. We'll give you a live shout out on air. Email the show at dumbmarkspod@gmail.com. We're open to positive and negative feedback, how we can improve the show for the viewing audience. I think I hit all the taglines off the top of my head.
ProWrestlingTees.com/dumbmarkspod.
I said that.
Did you?
Yeah. Pay attention. Listen.
As I say, it's a lot of information to take in 30 seconds.
So, with that being said, as always, give you a little quote of the week to start your week off on Monday for a little positive motivation. You can't heal in the same silence that's hurting you. You can't heal in the same silence that's hurting you. With that being said, again, thank you for tuning in. I'm a Mark, you're a Mark Telemark. Until next time, you can catch us around the way.